Yeah, real quick. If VW see this video, let me break it down to you because it's so much you have to type. That's why I know how to spell, but when I think I put through as THRU like drive through, I know the correct way to spell it is THROUGH. But when you're doing these little videos and descriptions and stuff, and then you can also put in the down below. But I'm working off a phone right now, so you don't have that unless I don't know what I'm doing. But I know on a laptop, computers, you can do that, or my iPhone. I don't have my iPhone is charging, and really I don't use my iPhone when I'm doing any videos. I just don't do it. I don't give out that number. I just don't do it. If you're in my life personally, children, some relative. Oh my God, I did not tell my sister happy birthday this month. I've never done that. I guess it's this don't give a fuck attitude I've adopted. Because when you get this old, you really don't give a fuck. But I've learned what older people used to say. They used to say, I used to be like, oh my God, they so outspoken. It took me to get older, but I thought that came when you about 80. But when you get older, what's the point of lying? What's the point of making up shit? What's the point of doing shit? And if you don't got Alzheimer's or getting senile and you try to play it off like you don't remember, you know what I hate? Delusional motherfuckers is so fucked up that they try to use that as a reason and say, well, I'm sorry. Well, why are you sorry? You don't remember it though. You know what the fuck you said. You know what the fuck you did. You did it. You said it. I heard it. This is no disrespect to a young man who I used to highly respect. Now, he's an attractive young man, but I never ever, but I used to hear all the little side disses. What they see in this old bitch? I'm like, wow. I let that slide because this is YouTube. This is social media. I mean, what the fuck? People say what they want. But I never understood where all this hostility was coming from because I said, I've never said anything bad to him, but I remember when he would go on trips and stuff. He still does, which was a blessing because a lot of people ain't been outside their state line. So that's a blessing. But, using words as weapons, because what else you have except for motherfuckers to dox, which he told me he gonna take me through the deep, dark web. Well, please do. I just hate for people to get caught up in my web that I have a web, and this is on my granddaughter. I do have a web now. I do have a web, and I'm trying to catch as many flies as I can because I just want to see the surprise looks on their faces when they get served papers or whatever. But those people would get those cease and desist orders. Stop talking shit about this Donna Martinez bitch, which you don't understand. That's her first name and her middle, her maiden name. Couldn't be my middle name. And it could be a made-up name, but the point is, you'll know who I'm talking about because in order for it to be legal, it would have to be my legal name. So I just use, if you get a cease and desist order and you live over there across the border, you might live in New Mexico, you might live in Cincinnati. How the fuck this bitch? Baby, I got a lot of shit. I got so much shit. This is before all this shit came about. I wasn't in the info game. I've talked to people. I have their job numbers, everything. And for some odd reason, they trust me. And guess what? To this day, except for Illuminati Dick, I did put out Illuminati Dick. I did not put his woman out there. Quiet as it's kept. I ain't going to even let that secret out about Miss Bridget. I'm going to let it be Bridget. It might not be Bridget. Might be. But he's going to get mad, but he's blocked. But he's welcome. I've unblocked him on this channel. So if he hear this, because this motherfucker be ranting and raving for hours. And I really do believe all those people in his audience, I do understand this much from viewing some of his shit. But, I got a little toot, as they say. I didn't know, Slap a Dime don't owe me shit. I don't owe him shit. I gave him 2 donations without him knowing it was me. He'll never know, but he might know. I don't give a fuck. The point is this. They're making fun of him. Tomorrow, he only got 1 or 2. I was in his audience earlier, then he disappeared, and I just said, fuck it. Because I really wanted to rap with Homeboy. Not that I was bored, but, when I have my granddaughter around, and I'm holding her in her arms, feeding her. She holds her own bottle, but shit, since she done discovered that damn walker, man, that I done videotape shit. It is so fucking funny to see that girl go sideways. That shit is, the only other baby I ever seen do that was my niece. And she's deceased. She got killed at 19 because she wouldn't listen. She was hard-hit over some bullshit that, you know what, it reminds you of social media. A grudge of 2 girls that had a grudge against each other since they were 7. Couldn't let it go. They got older and she prophesied. She did the Pac. But see, Pac, we don't want to go there. I don't care what y'all think about Pac, but what's that damn designer who died in his lover's arm? Is it Valentino? I don't know who the fuck. But you know, Pac moved in with him. Now, I don't know if that was some Illuminati shit. You know, I don't care. But you know what? Remember this. When they all take baths or be in the bathtub with diamonds and jewels and shit, that's a statement. And that's all I'm going to say. Not to just put no venom on this man's name, because I really, really to this day respect the dead man. And I hope it's true that he's living in Cuba, living a good life. I would really like to know that. But it's been, you know, you can't believe everything. Even spiritually, I tried to tap in. But you know what? Every indicator, I even asked my son, who is a A1 keen, A1 fucking prophet. Well, I shouldn't say fucking. An A1 prophet who can prophesy. And every word that man speak, I've never ever said, you lying, you can, because every word he has told me, even since he was a little boy, when I didn't know he was going in that direction, I just said, oh, he's just like me. He's just like me. No, he's further. He's so more advanced than me. Dude go on consecrations, fast and stuff for 40. I don't know how he do it, but because he disciplined his spirit and his soul, because he's dedicated to whom he believes to in, and whom I believe in too. But mama just fails the cake. Mama just ain't where he at. And I respect that. That's why people will be shocked at what I say, talk to my son. Oh, she talking about sex to her son. Yeah, when he was growing up, he didn't want to hear it. Son, I hope you're using protection. Ma, I don't want to talk about this. He come in the room with some mail. I know this was you that came from the CDC, National Center of National Disease Control or whatever. Who else gonna send me this? And then they sent me some free condoms. It was you. He was right. I even bought him some condoms. I said, boo-boo, I ain't trying to be funny because I haven't seen you naked since you was a little boy. You remember the day, like, you and your sister, I remember doing it to my mama. Mama, I don't need you to come in here and wash me up no more. I can do it myself. And every parent, if you are a real parent, it don't mean you're unreal, but if you've been around your kids and you know your children, every child, a lot of y'all, I probably just dug up some memories. I said it before in another video if you was listening. It always comes a time, even if your dad raising you by itself, it always come that time. It's usually around 5, 6, 7. It shouldn't go into 9 because sometimes little girls start getting hair and stuff and getting little boobies and stuff. And you really don't, if your dad raising you, but I'm going to tell you, you men that's raising your daughters by yourself, keep a woman in your life that you can trust, whether she's an ex-girl. I mean, is she really down for you? And she ain't no molester or nothing? But if it's mother, what if your mother did? Auntie, sister, it's got to be a lady in that. And, you know, children should always have somebody. But girls, when you guys are raising your daughters, you got to have a lady in your life that you can trust, whether you used to screw her or you don't screw her. But she got to be trustworthy because women, these men all get a bad rep. They all molesters. No, women do it too. Chris Brown said he used to get, you know what? And it don't shock me with all that energy he got because I make jokes about him. I said, damn, I see why trans leave him alone. She don't miss it. Chris Brown is like the type of nigga that he will fuck the shit out of you and then want to fuck the shit out of you again. Dude, I'm trying to dush. I'm trying to take a shower, a bath. Can I relax? Nah, fuck that. I'm in the tub. He flipping back and forth, fucking the shit out of you. I guess he said one thing I don't miss about that nigga. Yeah, he's a sexy if you into them yellow niggas with pink lips and shit. But Chris Brown is very attractive. And I didn't know he was that tall. But I would never molest a young man because he's a tall young man. But that happened to my daddy. He didn't tell me. He told my mother. My mother, I said, are you serious? A guy he went to school with? So when he was skipping school back in the day, that's why he lied to her. Oh, and to the person who act like you knew my mother's birth and death date, I went along with you. But guess what? You were being recorded. That 734 number, remember that 734 number? And you said, remember you told me to call you. I know exactly who you are, but I'm not going to add no more fire than what you're going through. You're going through a lot. And what I found out, you brought a lot of that on yourself. You did. Now I don't feel really bad. But yeah, I agree with you. And I told you, God, remember that conversation? I said, God bless you. You were at the form of a troll. You said, be nice to trolls because all trolls out here are not against you and for you. Okay. But that death date and birthday, boo-boo, you supposed to be fucking with you know what? If you really was fucking with the feds like you say you are, a lot of these motherfuckers would be shut the fuck up. They wouldn't even mention your name. And basically a lot of them be in prison. Or you've seen them in court. And depending on how much money they got, depending on what kind of hand signs they flashing up in front of the judge. And because people, and don't you know motherfuckers in that, down with the fucking, they're down with the Masons. Don't you know they know who they people is because they get informed. Look, my son gonna come before you on March the 13th. And yeah, this girl is accusing him of rape or let's say whatever. It could be some old foul shit. Make it look like this. Right now, it's a case where the judge said he was. You look it up, WXYZ. I got to look at that story, but I read the little part of it. And I said, oh, that's some. I said that's some shit in the game. The judge 2 days in a row, he can't get this guy a decision over murder. I said, oh, I know why. But my nephew thought he learned that shit before I even knew about that shit. I said, what do you mean hand signs? Well, it's something he picked up in prison. Nigga, do this and that. That shit never worked for him because we got a bitch named Kim Worthy, KYM. She will throw the book at you and then some. But it's mighty funny how 1 month ago, me and my husband at the 24-hour CVS on Ford Road in Greenfield, we just happened to stop there. And this lady was pulling a cart. She didn't buy nothing. She was homeless. And that's all I got to say. She let me see her book. She wrote books. Sometimes people that call people crazy, those be the most talented people and they're not crazy. But when I saw the resemblance, yes, because they're half sisters, but same eyes. She's taller, about my height, with boots on. So we probably, when we take our boots off, she might be about 5'8", because I'm 5'10" and a half. Long, tall drink of water. But it was just like, somebody would have took that and ran with it, videotaped her and everything. And I started to do it. I said, Donna, don't do that shit. Kim Worthy is a bad bitch. Shit. She was rolling with Kwame, but one thing about it, she didn't do no illegal shit. She knew what side her bread butter. Yes, it's rumored that she had sex with him, but guess what? She didn't do the illegal shit he was doing. That's why his big broad-shouldered ass is in prison. And got his wife looking like somebody. I seen chicks on welfare dress better than her. And as a woman, I sympathize with that lady. I said, look at her. She live in another state. But, this motherfucker, he don't work for WXYZ no more. This motherfucker traveled to Texas. They was photographing the big screen TVs and all this and that because they say he wasn't. But he had friends in high places. So he didn't want for nothing, living in a mansion. But his wife has a job where she wear jeans, a ponytail. It's glamorous, but I seen that woman age overnight when all that shit came out. And as a woman, I sympathized. I said, wow, clear case what I be trying to tell my son and daughter. And have told them, you can make one bad decision even in who you choose as a spouse. And they can take you down. You don't have to die. But because you stand by their side, especially, and to see such a beautiful woman. His wife was, look at old pictures. Pull up Kwame Kilpatrick, because they say, oh, you from that city where they got the gangster mayor. Yeah, he was. That nigga got straight out of prison at other time. They put him on the cover of XXL. And I was starting to buy it. The only magazine I got of value is Vanessa Williams with her face up against somebody's pussy. That shit is worth money. That shit is worth fucking money. And I got that shit in plastic. When me and my husband divorced, I want the magazine. I said, what magazine? He wanted the album collection. I got albums in mint condition, Cameo, everything. I told my kids where to find them. I don't even keep them in the fucking crib. They in a motherfucking, where you keep shit. The little places you can store shit in the little storage areas. I got so many valuables in there. And I told them they both have keys. I said, something happened to mommy, but you can't take it now because mommy might need that for a rainy day. But the way things looking next year, y'all want this? One of y'all get this? Divide it. Because it ain't just a gift from mama, but you might get in the bind because this shit is albums. And I got 78. Y'all ever heard of 78 albums? Duke Ellington and Dorothy Dandridge, all kind of albums. Etta James. Oh yeah, my father used to be in love with Etta James, and he thought Lena Horne was the finest woman. He tried to make my mother jealous. She said, well, go get him. Go get her. She wouldn't talk to you. He said, but he was fine as fuck. And no, I didn't want to fuck my dad, but my dad was handsome than a motherfucker. And my mother was pretty as a motherfucker. I don't see how them two pretty people, a handsome and a pretty woman, got together like that, but she was not insecure. He met her, he won her over, and she was a hard one to win over. She reminded me of me, but I wish I was pretty like her. I wish I was, oh my God. And it wasn't because she looked like a white, but she just was beautiful. Beautiful, no lipstick. The most she wore was on Sunday to church. She wore some lipstick. And my father got mad about that. What you trying to wear lipstick for? You looking at for a man? Well, why don't you go to church with her, sir? You know that woman don't do shit but cook, clean, and work a job. And you told her to stop working, and she continued to work. She said, let me tell you something. You met me working, and I'm going to continue to work. Because her father was 44 and about 46 when they had her, and she was the only child. Grandma 22. Now look that up, since you information hounds. But the motherfucker that called out her birth date and her death date, boo-boo, sadly mistaken. Like I said, the government will do shit for you. Oh, well, you was a snitch too. No, I wasn't a snitch, but there's some shit though. When some shit go down and this and that, you know people in high places change that shit. Social Security number's the same, but I got shit rearranged that, I just put it like this. You look for me, you find that shit, you think this is that, you see obituaries. How you know that's a real obituary? Usually in the South, you look through shit, they'll show obituaries. Up north, they don't do that. So what you think, because you've been listening, but I know why you did it, because of something that a person, and let me find out this man is mad because I told him I was going to give him some money. Dude, you still got some money coming. It just was shocking that you used my video that I didn't think I was, not saying important, but you used my video. But it's kind of funny. He doesn't speak to me. He speaks to the whole world, but he used to really like single me and hey, but I think he saw like, oh, this bitch. Well, dude. And then I understood that he had a bad argument. I was really shocked because I thought he was like a real, but you know what? He's human. He's human. Whether that's a real picture or not, because the picture looks like that may be him or not. But the point is, it don't matter. But I said, I know what it is. Remember you kept telling him how you was going to pay him? Dude, one thing about me, I can tell you I'm going to give you some money in January. Guess what? You say, what is this for? Remember when I told you I was going to give you some money? I just been putting it off, or I forget. I'm not senile. I don't have Alzheimer, nothing like that. I'm not brain damaged, but it just collected interest and you got accept it. I wasn't lying. If you got a PayPal, matter of fact, I'm gonna go to your channel and see, cause you're gonna, besides you and Boo Boo Kitty, y'all and Jamila, and I can't forget my baby LA. But LA, I want to give you money in your hand. Don't trust that LA, she gonna kill you. Okay, if I'm going to kill L.A. or do something to him, why would I do that? And he can take the shit. He can have 10 niggas with him. And I'm going to have some folks with me. I don't, or we can, I don't fear him. But people, from what I understand, they really thought they think we're really fucking. We might be, or we might. You going to fuck a bum? Bums, like I said, I'm old school. Bums slept on park benches and this and that. And they used to be CEOs and their company went out of business or something happened. They became alcoholics. They don't wash their ass and they die like that. And they ask for change in a cup. I was used to those kind of bums. So whoever nicknamed him the bum, well, regardless, if he lived with his mom or whatever, guess what? From the looks of things, like I said this shit before, and I let them know how I really felt. I used to even say shit when I was talking shit. I said, well, I can say this much, as for him to be in the basement, his mother has a very neatly painted basement, because I watched little details, and it showed me his mother ain't no bum. She ain't no slouchy woman, and I'm quite sure she could be my age or a little. No, if he's 40, unless she had him early, but it showed me she lives very well. She has a nice crib, and he's probably, and in these days and times, a lot of you wish you could move back home with mom, but you so fucked up, she don't even trust you motherfuckers. Or some of y'all mamas ain't got no place to stay, or you don't know her, or you hate her because she treated you like a piece of shit. And that's no disrespect to people, because some people got a bad deal in life. And that's why a lot of women and men are fucked up. A lot of these people you see and hear on this shit, you wonder why they act the way they do. Because it started from the crib and it ends all the way to the grave, from the cradle to the grave. That's why they so fucked up. Because the one that was supposed to nurture them, protect them, be their backbone, because they were selfish, or maybe because they didn't receive what they were supposed to. They never bonded. So that's why you see a lot of people who go through what they go through, and then you call them crazy. But until you walk a day in their motherfucking shoes, and I'm not speaking on LA. The person I'm speaking about a specific, not Pacific, like Pacific Ocean. I'm Titan. Specific, Specific. Specific. You wonder why they act the way they do, or they have outbursts. You know what? Because they're healing. I've seen a person heal. I am watching. If I never say another word, I'm watching a person heal. They gotta get it out. The only thing I wish that they don't give up on women, because all women aren't your enemies, and the women that you think are cool with you, but you're right, they not close to you, they don't have your address, so they might. They're communicating with your internet. That ain't too cool. And you gotta have somebody. But you don't know, but then too, I don't know what they've been through. It'll make you say, if the woman that gave you life, they fuck you over, then what do you think? Oh, you just a crazy bitch. And if a woman that gave you life or a man gave you life, they come and backstab you, how are you supposed to feel? My children wouldn't speak to me right now if I went up in a church and say, this motherfucker, this and that. And that's all he ever heard. He didn't even know his first name was what it is, because all he ever was called was motherfucker. I got men that told me stories that made me cry. And one was in prison. He got out. I'm so thankful, because he wasn't supposed to get out until he was in his 80s. But he did some time, man, because he did some dumb shit. And of course he wasn't going to say he did it. But in so many words, he knew, I knew. Because I read all that shit. It's public information. Like they call hitting a lick. He hit a lick. And the person behind the counter snitched. Because he made it so evident. He told a lady 2 days before, what would you do if I did it? When you go along, would you tell on me? She said, hell yeah. And he did it. And it was out of desperation. He didn't have a drug problem, because when they arrested and tested him, there was no drugs in his system. Yes, he smoked marijuana, but not what they smoking today. And it wasn't that he needed, it was lights off, gas out, and he had children. And he couldn't get a job. He had got laid off, and he felt like, and he told me the real deal, but of course he gonna tell me, why phones are, they taping your conversation. And nowadays you can talk on the cell phone, get them collect calls. But this is before they had, a nice acceptance calls. And then at first, really, I have accepted like 3 calls from him, because that's my boy, and he's younger than me. But the thing is, his mother always smuggled phones in. Let's say she get a flip phone. No more flip phones that don't show pictures. This woman have to pay like $300 just to get that smuggled in by the guards, because they don't pay those guards enough. I see why Rick Ross did what the fuck he did. I just wish he, big meats, whatever. I understand. Teachers, policemen, fuck the po-po, fuck them. You know what? It's funny when you say fuck the police, but if you really, 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 really in danger, let's say it's street justice, and then there's, police justice, judicial justice. Sometimes the judicial justice is like nowadays to see a real true story where a judge said he was too tired. Every time this man stood before him, a young dude, a young white dude, he looked kind of Arab, but you know what it is? It's all in who you know, and it's some old Mason shit. I could tell that, because most people in law enforcement, they are Masons, and that kind of fucked me up, but it is what it is, especially when you got loved ones. But now when they so bold, now they have these new, man, I seen some shit here in Detroit, somebody showed me their new bulletproof vest. It had the fucking Mason signature on the front of the fucking vest. Just like somebody on YouTube the other week. They don't even know. I didn't see it, but you could tell the way they built and what they had on. I saw that vest. But this is what I understand. Why do police wear bulletproof vests, but what about your head? Okay, niggas, if I wanted to kill somebody, and I know you're police, or you're somebody that you're an OG or whatever, anybody can get a police vest. A bulletproof vest. But what's gonna protect me from aiming at your head? That's what I never understood. But in the Army, you got the helmets, and then they say if you ride the bike, you have to wear helmets. Like children when they learn, even on when they're learning how to ride a bike, children supposed to wear, like my granddaughter gonna be helmet up. But why they don't have bulletproof? You got on a regular cap. Why they don't have bulletproof? Well, you know what, the day is coming. Look at that hologram it may not be hologram of Michael Jackson, when he say, I'm a slave to the rhythm. Look like Michael ain't never left. But if you notice, it was a message. It's a message in so much, and a lot of people are blind. How you get to talk about? Because if you ain't used to me now, baby, if you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. Ooh. I'm not saying I'm a singer, but I can sing when my voice is nice and clear. I'm an alto. I can sing. And not just for a choir, but I can sing if I want to blow. At church, a lot of people be shocked because sometimes we get so caught up in the spirit, and I can feel the spirit. So he'll say, Mama, take us out in prayer. I will start praying. If I'm consecrated, I've been fasting, I've been off the phone, I ain't been on YouTube. I just been being with God, for 3 or 4 days, just fasting and praying. I'm talking about no water, no food till after sundown. And then what I eat be light, some fruit, some melon and stuff like that. Because if you eat sometime on an empty stomach, you can get diarrhea. So I know the tricks and trades of, fasting, but your spirit, I don't have a third eye. I remember one time I tried to open it and I heard the crunching, and they said, when you hear that, like bones, and it's like, why did you, my son even asked me, he said, Mom, what did you do? I said, what are you talking about? That's how sharp he is. I love my son. I love my daughter, but not because she don't have a gift, but he does. He said, Mom, and he told me what I did. I said, how do you know? He said, because I saw when you did it. As a matter of fact, you've been doing this now for 2 weeks. He put his hand on my head, he prayed, and it closed up. He said, you don't need a third eye, Ma. You're not a metaphysical woman. You don't need that. He said, those are for novices. Those are for people, because sometimes it's dangerous. Like a guy, I'm not going to release his name. He drives a truck, though. You guys don't know him because he's not one of those YouTubers. Because he makes his money. He don't have time to be, I'm not putting nobody down. Because I'll be putting myself down. And I will put myself down. I know when I'm wrong and right and indifferent. But he asked me, Donna, I've been listening to you. I value your opinion. And he called me on one of my phones. I gave him, one of the burners, and we talked. Because he called me on Google. I said, here, baby, call me on this, because this damn Google acting up. And he said, Donna, what do you think about opening your third eye? I said, don't do it. Don't do it. He said, what? And he sent me a video. He said, this is who I've been listening to. I said, I feel you. I said, but what they don't tell you, there's sometimes you can open up your third eye, and when a lot of stuff that you see, you don't want to see. It's like your worst nightmare. Now, there are those that are experienced and disciplined in the spiritual realm, or where they're going. But if they tell you some things, sometimes, people, let's just say out the clear blue, you're not, that's why I call them novices. Let's say you don't have any spiritual backing, whether it's occultic, whether it's the Holy Ghost, whatever. You have no kind of spiritual backing, and you just happen to come upon this article, how to open your third eye. They don't warn you. But I've read a lot of shit in comment. They say, please don't do it. When I did it, I saw witches, I saw demons, I saw this, or I was put in the insane asylum, and it took prayer and this and that, and I came out. I was doped up because they were hallucinating. They thought they weren't hallucinating. They saw, there's different realms in the spiritual realm. And the things that they saw, I don't know what kind of spirit they began with, but I believe it's how you are too. But everybody don't have a bad experience, but I would not suggest for you to do it. If you do it at your own risk. You should already be, if you are in a certain realm or how you practice or how you believe, it can turn out okay for you. And I'm not trying to toot it as being a good thing or sell it to you because it's free. But if you do it, don't be shocked because you just sit up one day and say, oh, I'm going to try this. You don't pray. You're not a Wiccan. You're not into, I'm just saying, I'm not tooting witchcraft or God or anything on anybody. I'm saying you have no kind of backing on anything. And you just happen to come across a subject on YouTube or on the internet or a book, and then you open your third eye. Or they'll tell you, and it works. And I opened it. But why did I open it? It got to the point where I started having migraines. I used to hear it sounded like your brain crunching. Why does a woman that was born with a gift, who have told her family things as soon as she started talking at 1.5, why would you need a third eye? Oh, that's because your third eye is open. If you cut open the scalp, it does look like an eye. It's been proven. Look it up. It's not no joke. It looks like an eye. But some people have gotten away with it and it doesn't harm them. But then some people, they appear as being crazy because of the things they see, they pick up. And sometimes the evil demonic forces can get through there and you thinking, oh, and it may not be what you think. And that's just my opinion because I didn't get a chance to see anything. My son was on it. As soon as that bitch opened up, it sounded like bones crunching. And I read, they said, the way you'll get intense pain. It was on point. My son came over to my house. He got a key. He said, are you dressed? because he was sent on a mission. I said, what's wrong? He said, Mama, what you been doing? This was like 4 years ago. I said, what do you mean? He said, he just sat down. He said, come here. He took me by the hand. He said, Mama, God showed me something that you did, and you don't need to do it because me and you both are alike. We don't need our third eyes open. God gave us a gift from birth. He said, and I know it travels through the bloodline. He said, because he knows my experiences, and I told, we know each other really good. And if you believe in reincarnation, you'll say, well, maybe he used to be your dad or this and that. No, he's who he is. He knew what I did, and I just started crying. He said, Mom, you can't delve into things. He said, you said, what, you get it off of YouTube or some social media site? I said, it was YouTube. He said, why did you do it? He's in the roles reversed. Like, he's the dad. That's why it seemed like I always call him, okay, daddy, you my daddy. But my daddy didn't have a gift, but he was sensitive to things. It makes me wonder, because I think it really came from my mother. And I keep seeing this old Scottish woman. I dream about her, and it's like she's a grandmother figure, but she was a witch. I keep seeing this. And that sounds crazy, but it is. It's after 3 a.m., so I'm very open. The veil lifts between 3 a.m. A lot of witches love to do their handiwork during this time. And that's why sometimes I like to be up around this time. My grandbaby, she's going to be up, and I'm going to be sleepy as fuck. But when it's breakfast time, I'm going to feed her, bathe her, and let her zoom all around. And I'm not going to be falling asleep when she get hurt. Not on my watch. And then when she take that nap, I let her be in the bathroom. I close the bathroom door because I have to, and when she's here and she's woke and I'm sleepy, I take a bath because I don't want to be in the shower and have to keep peeking out. But I close the door. She's in there. And I said, and then sometimes she have pulled a whole brand new roll of paper towel down. Cause she's so busy, man. I'm glad that the plugs is up high. You know how in the bathroom it could be up over the bath. Especially in my bathroom, my husband kicked me out too. As I always say, he always say, why you always say that and say that? I said, fuck them people. But my baby, I'll take a bath, then I'll take a bubble bath, and then she love it. I be like, she'll try to come put her hands in it. I remember I used to have a French poodle yesterday. I had him so spoiled. He was so little and tiny, you can carry him around the carrier. He used to stand up and take his paws, and he used to eat. I said, where is he eating the fur, boo-boo? Because animals to me are like little people with fur. And I can only have hypoallergenia. But he was just, I miss him so. He lived to be 13 years. He died of cancer. I said, I don't care whether y'all care or not, whether you're listening. But I can't get you through your workday or if you're going on a long road trip. If you say, fuck this bitch, I listen to that. But if you listen, it's on you. You don't have to. I'm not asking you to. But she'll play with the bubbles. I said, okay, mama, stop. I'm trying to bathe. And I have to keep an eye on her because it's like, because if I have to get out of here, I'm not going to be like, well, I'm going to take a bird. I don't believe in whole baths and bird baths. I just don't. And I understand why they call them whole baths. Chicks stand up over a sink. Maybe back in the day when black folks was in the South and they moved up north. Look at that old movie with Dorothy Dandridge and Harry Belafonte. And the sink they had was for bathing, dishes, and everything. And that was real. They were living in a boarding house. So they did it. And I guess they did a good job. She put on her makeup, but that was a movie. But that was real. My mother said, oh, that was real. Because back in the day, like on that movie with Danny Glover and Oprah, Beloved, I don't understand why I didn't get an award. I love Beloved. When that girl say, I want sweet. Remember them Holy Ghost women that had their Bible? I was like, oh, Lord. They was just praying. Oh, yes. The lady, the mother that played the grandma on Soul Food. And this one lady that reminded me of my niece's mother. I think she was a real Christian. That was a moving moment when that girl came out there butt naked. And they said, oh, because the girl was keeping a secret. Her mother had it was a ghost child. And the child had came back. And that just was so deep. I love movies like that. That's why I like Skeleton Key. I like a lot of movies. Not because it wasn't a horror movie, but I like those movies that maybe because of the way I am, I like movies that make you think, put something on your mind, especially those spiritual type movies. Scary movies or horror movies, I'll watch them. But movies like Beloved, it doesn't scare me. But it makes me think like, wow, that's deep. Your baby came back that you killed because you had a flashback of the white man and she just snapped. No, she snapped when her dead child came back, but she knew. She said, you came back to me. And the child really had came back to her, the age that she should have been. You know that chick with the long neck, and they say she looked like somebody, she from London, because when she talked, she got an accent. If you're not, look up Beloved, baby. I tell you, you won't go wrong. Some good movies to watch is Beloved, Skeleton Key. If you're on that, it's nothing that's going to scare you at night unless you're just super scary and a coward. But Skeleton Key is a good movie. Who was it? Goldie Hawn's daughter, Kate Hudson, like they told her at the end. But I can't think who that older white lady, because she played in a lot of, I remember when she was younger, but they said, we were just waiting for you to believe. That chick was, she was a master at voodoo. But at the end, that's what they wanted. Because they defied time. Every time the body got too old, because they know if they died, they gonna die too. So they always would switch bodies. Man, I love it. It's kind of like Body Snatchers, but it isn't. But I like movies along that line and shit. And I love the soundtrack. I remember one day Jamila played that. I was like, what the fuck she know about that? And I said, what you know about that? She's like, girl, I said, I'm like, damn. And then you know what's funny? I had never, ever thought to look up Skeleton Key. The soundtrack, forget the other. I like that song. Cause it's like a blue. It's like, I wrote you a death letter. I might play it on this song. It sounds so good to me. But the movie, you got to watch the movie to like the movie. Because the movie, forget the song, the movie itself is like the bomb. But when they see, well, I'm gonna look it up on this other phone. Death letter. Let's see what come up. I wrote you a letter. There you go. Death letter, Skeleton Key. And see, she done went to one subject. I don't care what y'all say. Fuck y'all. You ain't got to listen to me. But this is a badass song. I love this song. Listen to it. Jamila like it too. That's why I said, what the fuck? You know what's funny? We got so many similarities. Now I see what people used to come over to my channel. You look like this chick named Jamila before I even knew of Jamila. I said, well, we do got the same taste and shit. Cause some of the shit she like, I said, damn. I've heard some other songs. I just don't say. I'll be like, but when she played it, I said, I had to say something. And that was after my first apology. She hadn't really accepted, because one day she broke out to my and down, and I said, wait, she didn't accept my apology, so she lied. And then the second time, I felt in the spirit the release. She did forgive me. That's why I said, y'all think she crazy, you think she's stupid. I ain't trying to get on her, but I'm just saying, I hope what I hope ain't what I think. And she's very, very sharp. I'm gonna tell you, because this shit was said about other people, and I'm like, how the fuck did she know that? I didn't repeat, but I just said, well, I'll put it like this, something like, she's sharp in the motherfucker. And then I ain't saying she a Christian, and I ain't saying she ain't. I ain't trying to put her down, but you know what? She be up on some shit before you think. She'll be up on some shit. So you gotta you fuck with her. Just know what you're getting yourself into. It's not saying for her to be feared, because I'm not scared of her. I'd like to know, when will there be a Skeleton Key 2? Oh, yeah, I'm reading some comments. Wait, when is the Skeleton Key? I wrote you a death. Here it come, y'all. Oh, this the shit. This dedicated to you, Jamila. Don't let that monkey make a fool out of you, girl. That's that damn blues. I like this song. Hey. And that woman be like, She put her soul, she put her oomph on it. It come from her pussy strings, the way she be singing this shit. I ain't gonna play the whole song, because I got something else to talk about. 38 minutes though. If you still up with me, baby. Are y'all up with me? It's after 3 a.m. I ain't practicing no witchcraft though. I'm running my mouth, because my granddaughter, guess what? As soon as I close my eyes, guess what she gonna do? Because I got the baby monitor. I got the baby monitor in my bedroom, or where I'm at. If I go to the bed with me and my husband, I got it with me. And make sure that it stays, the batteries, everything. Because my grandbaby is more important than YouTube. I'm gonna speed it up. I want you to hear like, oh shit, you ain't just about a bitch. Conjure of Sacrifice was actual record from this guy. Come on. But that's when he said, yeah, Lord. It is done, Lord. And by the time it was too late, when they saw them two white kids sitting around that pentagram or whatever. And that record was precious in that movie, because people would, I remember, hey, Jamila, you remember when the lady didn't have no eyes, she looked blind, and they said they wanted the copy of it because this man, he was so powerful in hoodoo that if you could get that copy, it would guarantee your mortality. That shit was deep. It make you wonder, man, and that shit exists. Cause there's a difference between voodoo and hoodoo and Santeria and just Wiccan and witchcraft. Some shit, that hoodoo is that deadly shit. And I'm gonna tell you something for you witches that don't know. But really, I'm speaking to the choir because if you're a witch, you know what I'm talking about. The way you know your spell took root. How many of you witches out there that's real witches, if you listen to me, when your spell took root, you feel like you dying. Lil Wayne made a song about when he was out of Xanax. He said he feel like he dying. And I've heard my cousin say it when she was trying to kick the habit. And I was the one. They always want to come to Donna like I could say today. But I did. I took her to rehab. I done had so many people. Can you help me? I mean, like, why did they come to me? It's just something about my spirit. But it makes me feel good. Like, how do you know you can trust me? Oh, my God. What the hell? Oh, wow. You don't even see what I see on my body. That's a good sign. Wow. That's a good sign. And I'm not going to do nothing to it. What is she talking about? Don't worry about it. So that means right here. Okay. Wow. I used to like these when I was a little kid. To pop up. I bind you in the name of Jesus. I send everything back to the pits of hell, to the great black abyss. Can't no spell or whatever, no hex and no vexations can affect me. I send everything back to the sender. Look at there. It just popped up. And it's nothing. You know what I call them? Water bumps. But you know what? I'm going to tell the truth. I was frying some chicken and I got scalded. I got, not scalded, the grease popped on me. I am so sensitive. And this shit, and if I bust it, it's going to leave a mark and I'm not going to do it. My husband going to be like, Donna, what is that? But you don't remember getting, I call them water bumps. I said, cooking for your fat ass. You said you wanted fried chicken instead of baked. And it popped me so hard. And, you know, the worst thing you can do when you get burnt, you don't put butter on it. I ran it under cold water. And I know that I used the herbal remedy. My mama taught me the herbal remedies I keep around, like for burns. Certain things you can put together. I just keep it together in a little bottle in my kitchen. Somebody might look at it and think it's hoodoo. No, I do it for that. And I put it on there. And that's why it popped up so quick. So that just showing me. By Sunday, it will be as if it was never there. It's not even going to leave a mark. Let me put some anointing holy oil on this right now. My son blessed this holy oil right here. And while I'm at it, I'm going to put it on my forehead in the sign of a cross. 3 a.m. I anoint myself. Because my son, he lay prostrate. And when he lay prostrate like that at church, he anoint the oil. He has put his prayer shawl on me. And it be so much intense heat from that man. I'm not putting him as a holy man. I ain't saying he a God. But, man, I wish I could be disciplined like him. I really do. But I thank God for it. Anytime a demon who you thought was cool with you, she can't even remember what she said because she never meant me no good. She said, I'm going to say, bitch, I already knew you didn't make me no good. I was just doing you a favor because you needed to ride places. That bitch stood in the middle of the street and said, but I told my son, he said he knew I was lying. He said, Mama, who is she? Tell the truth. Who was it? I said, well, she said she talked. He said, Mama, who is she? He said, what's her name? He said, Mama, she's a lie. I never held a conversation. He said, let me block her right now. He said, leave her alone. She's a metaphysical witch. And he said, she's trying to put her disease on you. I said, yeah, she always try to rub on me and try. But if you touch her and be like, let me get you, don't touch me. It's so many, you know what's funny about witchcraft? It's some witches, they so paranoid. That's what's funny about a witch. It makes me laugh. They go out of here crazy as fuck. They even be paranoid of their kids. I know a woman that only had her only child. You come to do something to me. That woman went out of her mind. She had Christmas lights in her window, the woman was crazy as fuck because she had bragged about how she made people bark like dogs, and she did. They had to carry my sister out on all fours. She bled, something came out of her that looked like a baby, and it wasn't. A clot was so big because she cursed her because she didn't want to with her son. That shit is real, but guess what? My sister wasn't covered. My mother was praying, but she didn't. At that time, people weren't covering the way they should. I ain't even gonna tell you the secret, because if you don't know the secret about getting covered, and that wasn't voodoo, my mother didn't practice that. But see, I know how to pray. That's why I'm still here, and that's why I'm still here today. And my son know how to cover. My son even ordered me. He said, "I expect to see you in church Sunday." And if he don't, my son will come over and be tired after work. He said, God told me to come over here and lay hands on you. And he pray over me. He keep his prayer shawl. It be so much intense heat from him. That man, he'll have it around his shoulders. He'll walk in with it. And then he'll take it. And he say, God, the same thing. And oh my God, I'm about to start crying. I just thank God for a gift like my child. I thank my child. I thank God for both my children. But I thank you, Lord, for my son who has prayed me through and who has And it took a demon, a demonic being who was a human who can't even remember what she said. She stood after I had took her to the grocery store, a good old diner. But guess what? I don't do good deeds like that no more. I don't throw like the Proverbs say, throw my pearl before swine no more, because she didn't appreciate it. And then she wondered why I don't mess with her no more. I don't fuck with her. But guess what she said in her demonic state, because she's a demon. That demon on her, that's what crippled her up. That's why she's so fucked up. It's the witchcraft that she practiced. It's what she practiced. And she the same age as me, and she's fucked up. You know what she told me in her demonic state, and she can't remember, in the summertime in the middle of the street? And she was like talking to me. And she says, okay, thank you, Donna. You are such a godsend. And she switched up, and this is not schizophrenia. She said, you know the reason why you're not dead yet? Because your son is anointed. That's the only reason why you're still alive. I said, what did you say? She said, it was like a horror movie. And I sat there like, I said, do you know what you just said to me? What are you talking about, Donna? I'm about to go in. I got to pee. She don't remember. God, people, the spiritual realm is real. There are some very vicious, evil people. They'll even try to look at your picture on Facebook and YouTube and think they can fuck you up. I feel it. That's why Jay-Z used to wouldn't even, and let me shut up. Just know, can't nobody do nothing unless you keep yourself. If you keep yourself as a sitting duck, you can be on there all day long. But these motherfuckers that study evil, they jealous of your beauty. They jealous if you look good. They think you got money. I hate that bitch. Oh, I love this man. I got to watch him. He is such a good family man. And I didn't know his wife was that young. She just had a birthday. He looks so good. He's been through a cancer scare too. Well, he did have it, and he healed up just like my husband. He healed up quicker because of it. But he's into like positivity. But really, you don't need a lot of negative energy in your ear. But you can't be talking about I'm so positive, and then the next breath, I want you to die. I curse this person with a curse with a curse. Make up your mind, boo, because it is a 3x3 rule. It will come back on you. Same as me. Anything that I've done and said, it's a price to pay. But I know how to fall down on these knees. These at times carpet burn, because hey, I'm not committing adultery. I'm with my husband. But I know how to get down on these knees. That's why sometimes I ain't gonna lie. I bought some knee pads. The kind you garden with. When I garden, I wear them. I said, baby, let me. And I got a pair in the doggone nightstand. I said, I'm tired of getting carpet burned up. Well, I look up. I like to get in eye contact when I freak my husband. Yeah, it's the only way to fly. But anyway, I ain't saying nothing wrong. That's my legal husband. So what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? That's my husband. I am supposed to. The Bible say, men, treat your wives as you treat your body. If you treat your body good, you treat her good. You don't raise a hand at her. You protect her. Man don't work, he shouldn't eat. If he got a hustle, it might be illegal for some of you, but I've seen some dope dealers never get caught. Later on, invest their money in car washes and barbershops and businesses. They left the game alone. And you know why they still afloat and never caught a case? Not because of who they knew, because it was good to their mother. They took care of all their 12 or 13 kids, and nobody asked them for shit. Nobody put on child support, and they were free-hearted. And I think, I've told one, my family member, he just started crying. He said, you know what, cuz, I always felt that. I said, but you are always a giving person. I remember playing with you as a kid. If you had a candy bar, you gave me half. He said, I said, and that's what I think kept you in your freedom. I said, because you knew a man that don't take care of his seed, just because he ain't working, he can walk her to school, him or her. He can, when he do get money, go over there, here. I may not be working, but I got hold of some money. I can't feel right. He may come into like $100. He go over there, he said, I'm going to give each one of them $5. Damn, well, I'm going to get these, if you got 5 kids, 6 kids, well, I'm going to give all 6 of them 5 and then the rest for me. Buy me some cigarettes or some liquor or whatever. And if you got a woman that's with you and she's not, and she working and she's not pushing you, saying, dude, well, we gonna get the babies for Christmas. You get a selfish bitch like that, leave her. Because you get a baby by her, it's about y'all kids. But why aren't they mamas? No, bitch, these kids was here before you. Some of you men need to get together, and some of you women too. You sit up there, your kids was your kids, but when you meet this nigga and he get a baby by you, it's all about y'all baby. You a package deal. Everybody get a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't but $1,200 to divide, he or she may not get that $300 or $400 them shoes, but everybody got something. You know, he can't help, and it's been proven he says his kids 99.9, or he just say, I can look at them and tell they mine. They look like you spit them out. But a man that you watch, if you haven't been taking care of your kids, you better go apologize. If they 30, and you better hope they accept it, and you better go from there. And if you and be a good grandpa, you know, if you got grandkids, especially if you ain't no molest, go, you know, just. Well, you know what, son, I can't do this, but you know what? Instead of you spending money to get your house painted, I know how to paint. I know how to lay cement. I know how to put a roof on. Do something. Do something. You'll be blessed in the long run. And I don't even know why I just said that, because somebody needed to hear it. Forget that skeleton key. What was I talking about before that? If you up, it's the bewitching hour. But I like these. I'm weird like that. You know what I like to do? When I was little, I used to like people with dandruff, you know, like it may not even be dandruff, because some people just have naturally like dry scalps and they keep their hair clean. They say, I tried everything, but I'm going to tell you something. Head and Shoulders, now let me be quiet, but I'm going to tell you something. Selsun Blue is a very, very, very good shampoo. If you got a itchy, you know, like a psoriasis or something on this, you know, like, well, that's on skin. But some people have like naturally, they can keep their hair clean, or they'll say, well, washing it every day. But I'm telling you, Selsun Blue, the only thing though, for black people, if you use you got to wait at least 3 months. If you're using Selsun Blue and then you put a relaxer in your hair, expect it to come out, because it's something that's a medicine. It's got a certain amount of whatever in it. You have to read the label, but it is a medicine. Look it up. Selsun Blue is a very good shampoo. I use that by my hair being natural and with no relaxer anymore, because my hair is kinky curly. It's more kinky than curly. And I wish my hair was like my mom, but I learned like she taught me. And like they say, ain't no good hair, ain't no bad hair. All hair is good hair. But I wanted it to be silkier. I always wore silky wraps, blonde, especially when I was younger. But I ain't gonna lie, when I do finally get these braids, I'm gonna have some little blonde mixed in there. Yep, it's 52 minutes. You still listening because you love me. You love me. I'm specially different. My cologne, my voice, my charm. I'm making up my own words. Like my homeboy said, Donna, if you just would shorten it up, baby, I know. But guess what? You don't know the people that got jobs that's working the graveyard shift, and they say they be doing paperwork, they get working for the gov, they got different. They be like, Donna, you got me through the night. I said, and truck drivers, Donna, I ain't trying to insult you, but you got me. I mean, I'm talking about they send me private messages on Google. I'd be like, well, baby, you're not. They say, I hope you don't. I said, no. I mean, that makes me feel good. If you plugged yourself, you can hear through your speakers, and they kept you woke, because they'd be like, you crazy, you funny. Then you might say some real shit. Then you switch it up. They'd be like, damn, you a trip. And I think that's a compliment. And I've had people to send me money. They say, whether it be $50, I didn't ask them for nothing. They'll say, it's not much, but just thank you, because, man, one guy told me, you know, I was falling asleep. He said, I hope you don't take it the wrong way. He said, how can I get, I said, I ain't give you my real, he said, and I told him how he could do it. He said, okay, I'm going to send it to you. I think that they have. I might be wrong. I think they got PayPal cards. That might be the way to go, people. PayPal cards, because people are so evil and they so crazy and they get mad because you're making some money, or you just do your super chat. If you do your live stream, make sure you do super chat, and then your money will come straight to you, and can't nobody do nothing about it. Because anytime a person mess up, just like I heard about LA, they took his baby's PayPal link down. That fucked me up because I wasn't even gonna let her know it was from me. Yes, I was. I was gonna say from somebody you think that really hate you, but I don't. I said because I was really, really impressed at how beautiful she was, but I was more impressed about her brains. She has brains and beauty, and what I saw in the spiritual realm, that girl, not because how she can talk very articulate and enunciate her words. No, that young lady is going places. But to hear somebody that was your so-called buddy talk sexual, dude, I know there's more than one, but baby, my brother was in Leavenworth, Kansas. So just know, expect to go to Leavenworth, Kansas, because what you said, I don't care if you didn't put your face. The Fed, don't you know the feds, the all seeing, man, it ain't shit you can do. That shit pinged off a fucking tower and pinged some, I don't care if it's a fucking prepaid and you threw it away. Dude, they know exactly where you were. And quiet is kept by people knowing your real name or whatever. Oh, the voices will match. That's all I got to say. Cause you used to come over here and tell me how you was going to sodomize me in my ass. I'm like, who is that? And I wasn't used to all these people's names. And that's before I even discovered Big Vlog, when they put me in a black sector. They said, that ain't, and this guy, I ain't gonna mention, he said, you know who that is, Donna? That's old Jimmy, such and such puss ass. He went by a potato head. But dude, I am really, really, really through with you. And I had a feeling, I said, why would LA put that baby up there? I got eyes, I can see. And I ain't got to keep them, I ain't no lesbian. I don't care if I don't like you. Okay. Show you something. You know whose table I admire? She reminds me of my one of my associate named Lorraine. Madam, I ain't gonna say, but Madam Whip-Ass. I love her tablescape. I love her table settings. And then what's crazy, I gave her a compliment, and who else but the lurking ass monkey gonna come? He was on there. Ain't nobody gonna come visit you. Well, guess what, motherfucker? Whether nobody visit her or not, if that's what she likes to do, that's what she likes to do. I know I done said some shit, but she said some shit about me that really shocked me. She said, oh, here come this ugly bitch again. It ain't that because she said ugly. I just said, where did that come from? But she don't owe me nothing. She's not my mama. She's not my best friend or my husband. My husband can tell me, you look like a bald head. But, when I used to cut my hair short and have it tapered, trying to wear the Anita Baker, he said, you look like a bald head rib snack. I laughed, and then I almost slapped him. I said, how you gonna say that? I thought it was blonde, and she was really sharp. He said, you look like a bald head rib snack. And I got, you know how you get your hair cut close in the back, it be tapered. It was showing all my pretty waves and stuff. I was looking all sexy and pretty. When he got home, he said, dang, baby. And then I think he was trying to fuck with me too, like in case you think you look good. He said, hey, you look like a bald head rib snack. And he knew I had said, baby, what we going to eat today? I don't want to cook. And he said, let's go to so-and-so. And he said, I'll order a takeout. I said, well, I want a rib snack. That's like 5 bones, fries, and coleslaw. He going to say I look like a bald head rib snack. I laughed, and then I got an attitude because I said, oh, really? And from that day on, I grew out my hair. And in 2013, I stopped doing relaxers because before that, my mother was pressing my hair. It took now from 2013 and now until I cut it so short. I started wearing wigs, synthetic at that. I refuse to wear human hair or get weaves because they tear your hair out and they have other people's spirits in it. And you wonder why you a wacky ass, crazier bitch because somebody else's spirit. Because when I saw a billionaire take lice-infested hair out of those temples where they feed the rats milk, talking about their goddess and all that, or they're holy. The shit got lice and everything. He take it, get it sterilized, he dye it, they make bundles, and he sell it to America. You think I'm lying? Look it up. I can't tell you who he is, and the nigga is paid. The white man, he is paid. Billionaire then. What is he now? Trillionaire off of fake hair? They got it so now, because women been wearing weave and then tore they, I know, oh my God, my niece, she is bald head. She got like a little piece of hair left. And I'm not lying. And it made me cry, man. My son prayed over her head at church because nobody was there. And he said, Mama, I need you. I said, well, let me repent first and ask God to forgive me because I didn't know what she wanted prayer for. We went in the back in the storage area because she was too ashamed. She took off a wig, and she had a human hair. And I said, baby, I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm telling you the truth. Don't buy no more human hair wigs. When you get home, throw that away. But I'll pay. I said, I don't care how much you pay. I said, she said, but some of your wigs look real. I said, but hey, if I'm blind today, you know, they ain't my real hair. I said, do not wear no human hair wigs. They carry spirits. You don't know whose head that was on. That could be a dead person. You don't know. But we took her hair, a little girl whose Pampers I changed, who had a beautiful, wavy, pretty, well, a nice grade of hair, a nicer grade than most. She's bald, but guess what? Her hair done grew back. It's past her ears. It's like on the back of her neck because her hair used to be down her back. But when she went to a dermatologist there, they said, oh, they said her hair follicles were destroyed. And guess what? Prayer. And I told her start massaging her hair. I told her to take biotin, Biotin, for those of you that have hair breakage. Now, if you're a man and you're going raw because of hereditary, you can't help that. But women, if your hair is coming out or breaking out because of stress, or, you could be on pain meds can also break your hair out. It dries your hair, but you got to water has to be hot. Your hair has to be hydrated. You got to drink a lot of water, but the vitamin complex really help. But Biotin, my daughter-in-law's mother told me, Sister Donna, thank you. She's half Indian. Straight up Cherokee. Her hair is so silky. When her other daughter got married, she let this gay guy put a perm in her hair and give her this sharp, short haircut. She didn't need a perm. Her hair is so silky, it's like a newborn baby. Her hair fell out after the wedding. 2 days later, she asked me to come. She said, look at my hair. And I just had to hold her, and she was crying. I told her, I said, wait a minute. And she put a scarf on. I said, let's go to the health food store because I had a card. You can get so many percentage off because I stay in the health food store getting vitamins and all kind of good stuff for me and my hubby. And I said, this is a supplement called biotin, but I had to be careful. I said, are you on any medications, high blood, this and that? She said, no, you're not diabetic, nothing like that. I said, because you got to check with your doctor first sometime before you mix. You got to make. She said, no. So she didn't clean bill of health us that way. She took that doggone biotin, and I bought her the biotin shampoo. I bought it for her as a gift. And the biotin shampoo, and she didn't need no conditioner because her hair is bald. And I told her, take vitamin E pills too. I said, even bust some vitamin E oil and massage it in your scalp. I said, because our hair grow from, cause she has a good diet. She's healthy. I said, but make sure you drink plenty of water. She wasn't on pain meds, so we didn't have to worry about that drying her hair. I said, but drink plenty of water, but you make sure you take the biotin that she had to take. It said, take 3 times a day or twice a day. I said, take it as directed. Don't skip a day. The next month, her hair was coming in so pretty because she has a beautiful silky gray of hair. She could wear it back like it looked sexy on her, like she did it on purpose. And 3 months after that, her hair was back down on her doggone shoulders. Biotin, ladies, will grow your hair back. It will grow your hair back. Now, if you're on pain meds, it has a way of drying the hair out. And you know how the difference between hair breakage, real hair loss and just hair breakage? We're going to lose hair anyway. We shed skin daily. We just don't see it. But if you scrub yourself with, different things, you'll say, oh my God, look at this, because your skin sheds like a snake, but you can't see it because you're like, oh, I lotion up. But sometimes I call it my beauty ritual once a week. I sit in that chair, order my husband, and I scrub with a loofah, and I just do it with sea salt, and it will fade spots and everything. Baking soda is good for spots on your face. Sometimes you got to go through the natural way. The natural way can be the best way. But take some biotin, ladies. It's really good for your hair. And the way you know it's hair breakage. Okay, imagine if your hair is down your back. When your hair break off in little pieces, that's hair breakage. When it's normal hair loss, because, hair can shed because it's just like skin. That's normal. Especially if you take braids down. And it's like, you ever notice if you have braids, you take it down, professionally, and and when they comb it, it look like you lost a lot of hair, but you growed a lot of hair too. And when you're pregnant, your hair grows even longer and thicker. Beyonce just showed her real hair. They're talking about Beyonce with the good hair. Well, Beyonce's mix, that Creole, this and that. Beyonce, they're talking about, that's weave. Well, being a performer, yeah, they would put weave because of the enhancement of the look she had. And then that fan be blowing. Yeah, white women wear weave, like if they're performers. But just to do it as an everyday life, I wouldn't put that strain on and people, they braiding it real tight and then they sewing it in. Baby, it's best to, get you a synthetic wig or just shave it bald if you ain't, ashamed to be bald. But I seen some women do that on purpose and dye their hair that pretty platinum blonde. You talking about sexy chicks? Because guess what? I ain't never had a man ask me for no hair. He'll ask for some pussy. He ain't asking about your hair. He don't care. Because when it said, what the men say? I put a bag over here. But who asks for hair? If you want your hair long or whatever. But I'm telling you, take good care. And also, and I learned it on YouTube, Dick Salve. And it doesn't leave a high odor. I remember I wash my hair every 3 days, no lie. And I use a clean wig cap. They're only $2 for $1 at the dollar store. And I keep my wigs clean, and the way you keep them untangled and nasty, you know how they can get fuzzy, especially in the summer if they're long. Because sometimes I done got so bored, I'll wear a blonde wig in the middle of my back, and it look like everybody and their daddy want to holler at you. Nigga, you know this ain't my real shit. But it look like men like the trampier you look or the wear whatever, but they'll talk about it. They'll tell their wife, I don't want you to wear lipstick, I don't want you to wear makeup. But the chick in the street that turn their head, who they running behind, paying for her liquor or paying for her groceries, she got on some fake up, which is makeup, a long ass wig or weave, and he like that shit. Tight ass pants, tight ass shorts. He gonna talk to her, but he'll tell his wife, "Don't you go out there like that." Read between the lines. I'm out. Oh, it's an hour. Now, if you listen this long, let me know that you love me, cause I know you do, baby. If you listen to me a whole hour, or you say I gotta listen to this, you done fell asleep, and if I help you fall asleep, my job is done. Imagine if you was with me in person, you would have been asleep like my husband. And he got to be there at 7. Yeah, daddy.